Hello, I am back live with you tonight. I never can figure out Facebook. So tonight it didn't ask me if I wanted to share this video with the group. So I've got to go back and do that manually again. I never know what it's going to do. So I'll do that while I'm waiting for y'all to join me. Hopefully you're having a good week. There it is. Getting to do some crafting. I've been doing paper crafting and stitching, so we've got my niece's wedding is this weekend, and so I made her a little, her and her future husband, just a little cross-stitch stand-up wedding thing. So I was busy finishing that this evening before dinner. Okay, we've almost got it shared. Hey, buddy. Almost there. It's sharing now. Okay, there we go. So, if you weren't aware, let me grab this catalog real quick. I should have brought it out earlier. The January to June mini catalog is retiring at the end of June. So, not a lot of time left, excuse me, to order out of this catalog. This one I've gone through and written retiring by everything that's retiring. There's a lot going away, and there's a lot of stuff on sale. Some things are already sold out. Last I checked, this stamp set was still available, so hopefully it still is. The other thing that we're using on the card tonight, which you don't know what the card looks like yet, do you? Because I didn't post it, is this Abstract Beauty 4x6 Designer Series paper. So it's two-sided. You can tell I've used a lot of this one. This one we've stamped on it and then cut out just her clothes. But it's some pastel colors, gold, black, some blues, just some gold and white, which is real nice. And then on the back, there's no gold accents on the back. So that's pretty standard for Stampin' Up. They'll have gold or foil accents on one side and not on the other. But some really pretty paper with pretty colors. And what's nice about it is, if you're using it on a card front, then all you have to do is cut off 3/4 of an inch off of one end, and then it's the perfect size to layer on a card. So that's what I did for the card we're going to make tonight. I used that blue. I think there was only one left. Hang on, I'm just grabbing it real quick so you can see this one. So this piece, that's just blue with the gold metallic. And I just cut off 3/4 of an inch, and now it is 4 by 5 1/4, which is the usual size we layer on a card front. So that was perfect. Now I decided to pair the stuff that's retiring, so this paper is retiring, this stamp set is retiring, with some new products, so you can still see some new things. So these are two die sets that don't go, they're not part of a bundle or anything, they're just kind of extra. So you might have missed them in the new annual catalog. Excuse me. So this is split card textures, right? Yep. And it's just two dies. And they just cut out this design into your paper. So this is a piece of Night of Navy behind it, and I've just cut that out. So there's one that's, I don't know, to me it looks kind of floral, and the other one is like just squares. And I used the other one, I cut out with this one for the card we're going to make tonight, so you can see what they both look like. So that was one die set that I used that's brand new. And then the other one I think is going to be a favorite. It's probably going to have to go on a magnetic sheet because I will probably reach for it a lot. It's called Deckled Rectangles. So it's a collection of rectangles, but they're kind of, you can maybe see it better on this. They kind of have a jagged edge. So it's like you cut them out with some fancy scissors or something. So just a fun way to add a little bit more texture to your card. So we use that. All right. As always, I will do a blog post when I'm done here, and that will have the measurements for everything I used. And everybody that comments on this video will be in the drawing to win this card next week. Now, last week I didn't have a live video, so there weren't any comments on the post. So this is the card we made last week. So I think what I'll do is I'll just draw for both of these out of the comments of this week's video. Since it was kind of weird last week, I just couldn't do a live one. I'll just draw out of the comments from this week. All right, so let's get started. We are using this paper. Get my pieces. And then I've got white for the inside because you can't write on that navy very well. And let's just go ahead and put that in real quick before I lose it somewhere. I shouldn't. It's a big enough piece, but it'll just get it out of our way. We'll just put. Now you could stamp some more flowers on the inside. That would be pretty. All right, so I have, I didn't really even show you the stamp set. This is Flowing Flowers. I love floral stamp sets. And this one is retiring. So I decided I better use it one more time before it went away. And I'll show you at the end another card, the one that I posted on Facebook today. I'll show you that card and how I did that. I won't demonstrate it, but I'll show you what I did. All right, so I have my big flower. When I did this, I'm just grabbing something else. First, I used the two little ones, but then I wasn't real happy with how that turned out. So this time I used a big one and a little one. So the big one and then the one, got like 3 little flowers. And I am using Orchid, Oasis, and Night of Navy. And I don't know that you can really tell that I sponged any Night of Navy on here because the Orchid Oasis is a little bit dark too. But let's get started. Get my pieces out of the way. So for the sentiment, I'm going to use Night of Navy. And we are going to stamp it. Make sure I stay up where you can see. We're going to stamp it in the lower right corner of this rectangle. So this is one that I die cut with the Deckled Rectangles. There we go. Now we're going to leave that out. Put that away somewhere. And I've got a sponge dauber, and that's my Night of Navy sponge dauber. So let's get our Orchid Oasis. And you've probably seen me do this before. I'm trying to make sure I have room for everything so you can see. All right. So I'm going to ink up. Hey, Allison. Oh, I forget. This one is really inky. I don't need to ink it that much. Okay, let's try that again. We'll just tap a couple times. So I'm going to ink that up, and then I'm going to take my sponge dauber in my Night of Navy and dauber in the middle, and then I did a little bit on the outside. And then you just stamp it. That one I think you can tell a little bit better that there's some navy in the middle there. All right, get that mess out of the way. Now we'll take our small one. We'll do the same thing. Oh, not too much though. I forget that one's so inky. And then I tried to do these little dots and then just a little bit on the outside. This one I don't think you can see as much of the different colors as you could on that one. And then we'll just put those right there. So if you look close, it may be hard to see on camera, those dots are a little different shade of blue. So that is all of our stamping. Let me put these away before I make a mess everywhere. All right. Now we're ready. Oh, I better move that out of the way too. We're ready to put everything together. So this is the other card or the other die, sorry, and it's just that rectangle. I'm trying to decide if we want to switch and do it that way. You see more of the design that way. Let's do something different. Why not? So I'm going to use my liquid glue on this one. Uh-oh, looks like we still have a square. There's one hanging there. There's one hanging in there. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to use my liquid glue. And then I'm going to put just a little bit on the corners. The other one I put some in the middle too, because it had some thick places. This one really doesn't, so we'll just try it this way. Put this on the front. So you're just going to center it. Hey, Susie. Try and make it straight. That's why I like this liquid glue too, because I can adjust it a little bit. And then just hold it for a minute. It just takes a few seconds for that liquid glue to really grab. All right, and then my sentiment, I put up on dimensionals. And I don't want to put them, too close to the outside or all around, because I'm going to tuck my leaves in underneath of it. So I just put two kind of in the middle like that. For me, it was easier to do it this way and put it on and then tuck my leaves in. So let's put this down here. I think I kind of like it with more of that design up there. And these leaves are from the gold foil paper. We still have gold foil. And it's with this, it goes with the Boughs and Blossoms bundle. I don't remember if this is just called a bow punch, but that's what it is. It's just these two leaves or whatever you want to call them. But they're just a nice accent. If you just need a little accent, a little something, they're really easy. You just punch them out and stick them under your sentiment, which is what we're going to do. So I'm just going to put a glue dot on there, and then I'm going to tuck it underneath. And then you can use a bone folder or just kind of put your finger under there, because you want to be sure you press that down into the card itself. And then the same thing with this little one. And I want it offset a little bit so you can see it. And there we go. That's it. That is our card for tonight. Pretty easy. And those dies really add a lot to it. So there's the one we did with the, I think of it as floral. And then this is the more geometric one. I don't know. I like them both. I don't know which one I like better. They're both fun. And you could do this. I mean, there's so many different combinations you could do with these dies. It really would be a lot of fun. I'll have to play with them some more. So I was going to show you the card that I showed you on Facebook was this one. Thank you, ladies. I'm glad you liked it. This one is using both the, it's not using the flowing flowers. It's using two other sets. Well, never mind. It's not using the set, but I will still show you this. This was what you call a one-sheet wonder. So you do all of this stamping. I just took one 8.5 by 11 piece of white, stamped all over it, and then cut it into strips and made a slimline card with it. But this is the wrong set, so I apologize. But that would be really a pretty set to do it with. Where's my case? You've got those 3 stamps. And you could even add, if you were making a birthday card or a note card or whatever, you could just add the sentiment all around too. So that would be fun. I might have to play with that before it's gone. And then one last thing to tell you is right now Stampin' Up! Has a special going on, and it's buy one kit, get one 50% off. And those you just go look online. They're not in catalogs because they bring new ones in and some of them get sold out. So they're kind of changing. But if you buy one, you get one half off, which is a great deal. And they're Really cute. Some of them have stamping, some of them don't have stamping. So, you know, quick and easy to put together. So if you just need a bunch of cards, that's a great way to make a bunch of cards. All right. I think that is it for this evening. I will see you next Wednesday. I don't know what we'll be playing with next week. We'll see. I need to play with my butterflies some more. I played with them a lot this weekend, and that was a lot of fun. I'll show you one of the cards I made. Let me find which one I want to show you. Oh, I know. I'll show you this one because it also has retiring stuff in it. So we have these masks that you can make these butterflies. So I masked that. It's Petal Pink and Calypso Coral. And then I just added from the new set some vellum butterflies. So this is a new stamp set and dies. I don't have them right here on my table that I use, but then I use the mask that is retiring. So again, I was just trying to use some old and some new. All right, that will do it for tonight, and I will see you next week. Bye.